Hi, my name is Nicole Douglas, and I've been making some tutorial videos for how to use Tonara. I want to reiterate before I talk about this next section that it looks like in the beginning that setting up Tonara does take a lot of time, and it does. But please also realize that everything that you create can be used for your next set of students. So I've been using Tonara long enough that I now have beginners who are coming in repeating some of the things that I had my previous beginners use. And it's been so nice to just be able to click on that assignment and just forward it to them again. Now, of course, I edit and I change the instructions for each student if I want to. I don't have to, but it's always editable to make it individual for each student. But before, I was not having hardly any students use the CD that comes with the book to practice with and practice listening and use the ear training and different things like that because they don't have CD players anymore. So I like that I can attach everything they need in the repertoire section and then send it to any student that I want, or I can do it individually by student, but I choose to create everything in the repertoire and then send it from there. So other things that I find helpful in this section when I'm talking about repertoire is realizing that every other resource that we need outside of the music that they're practicing from can be linked into Tonara, so it's all in one place. So I might have a student using Sprout Beat or using Supersonic's piano or Carol Matt's interactive online piano. But what I do like about using Tonara is that it keeps all of the resources linkable in one place so that they can click and go straight there. Because right now I have several parents and students who just don't want to take the time to click and drill down to find like Piano Safari videos. And this way in Tonara they just click right there in the assignment to watch the video that goes with that rote piece that they're learning. So I find that even though this might seem like it's a lot of time up front, it's paying off for me to have it actually being used by the student. And it's creating more effective practice, especially with my more intermediate students who I need them to drill down in certain parts. And so I'll use that compare recording option to help them really practice specifically on certain things, and so there's just so much you can do with it. So keep that in mind as I show you more about how I use the repertoire feature, and there's so much that I can't talk about in this particular video. So if you have questions, let us know in the Tonara focus group on Facebook and we can make more videos showing you how to do things. So here we go. So in the last video I showed you more details about using repertoire and My Media in this fake account that we've just created to show you what it looks like from the beginning. There's a couple more things here I want to show you before I show you my account. In the tutorial video section, you'll see several different things there that you can also get on the website. Share Tonara, you can spread the word. In the settings section here, you will see information about your account specifically, and in configurations is where you will see what your time zone is, as well as anything that you've set up for your defaults. Like if you want your default lesson to be a lot longer or shorter than 30, you can go there and then save. If Lily asks you to clear cache, there is an option to clear cache on the app. In the desktop version here, you'll be clearing your cache by going up and using the settings for clearing cache with your browser itself, not within Tonara here. So that might be something that comes up there. That's what a fake account will look like. If you click log out, you'll have to log back in with your username and password the next time you come. If you just close out the window, it will log you into the account that you were last in without you having to type in your username and password. Okay, so next I'm going to show you a little bit about how it looks on an account that's been used for a while. This is my repertoire section, and I have a lot of things in here that I've saved. When you create an assignment, you are essentially tagging it with a lot of information, and then that way we can search for anything we want. So let's say I want to search for Supersonic's piano for any of the assignments that I put in there for that. I'm going to click enter, and it's going to pull up everything that I have typed in for Supersonics. So let's say I need to drill it down further. We could click things that have been tagged as a beginner assignment, and you'll see, I mean, if you were to look, it would be less. If we want to just look at intermediate, we could do that. You'll see I only have 2 things in here that are marked as intermediate. And there we go. So right now I'm going to clear it. I'm going to show you a couple of other things. So I tend to just use this search bar. And remember from the previous video I explained it searches from the phrase that you put in from beginning to end. So you can't put in piano supersonics if you didn't use that phrase. You have to put in supersonics piano or whatever the phrase is that you want to search for. So let's say I want to search for My First Piano Adventures. I'm just going to type in My First, and you'll see here that I have chosen to put PA first so that it ends up in my PA section, my Piano Adventures section, then My First, then A. Well, let's say this is too many assignments, I need to drill down further, so I want to just look for C. Because I've titled it this way, that's what I will get. Now let's say I don't remember how I titled it. Then maybe I just want to type in Faber and then intermediate or beginner, and you'll get different things there. So there's different ways that you can search through here. Okay, so I've chosen to use a naming convention that helps me keep my files organized in the repertoire section. I always put the publisher, or maybe if it's not in a book, I put the composer's name, but some like category that I want to sort it by. Then I put some abbreviation of the book so I can keep them organized that way. And then I put the page number in there. You don't have to do that. I chose to do that because I wanted to be able to see what order the songs were in, so I could just click on the next one when I was ready to assign the student the next one and I didn't have the book in front of me. So I'm going to click on this one and show you what it looks like. So I've chosen to put the composer's name in here, all of that information, and I've also attached both tracks, the performance and the practice track. So I chose not to put any instructions in most of my assignments here because I want to tailor the instructions to each student. So I just leave all of this information that's the same for everybody in here, and then when I'm ready to assign it to a student, then I can assign it and then change the instructions for that student. You can also delete an assignment there. This one is to copy it. Okay, so that shows you a little bit about how to use the repertoire feature. If you want to find some information about assignments that have already been put into Tonara, you can click on Tonara's examples. There are more instruments in here than just piano, so let's choose violin, and you'll see several things there. If you want to choose guitar, which is right here, you'll see some guitar. So those are continuing to be added to as we go forward. There is a teacher app, and for time's sake for today, I'm not going to go over the app part, but it's very similar to the desktop in terms of how to create an assignment. There are less features available in the app just for screen size and such. All right, if you have more questions about anything you've seen here, please feel free to reach out to Lily in your chat section there. You can also email support@tonara.com.